Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my parents' basement in the great state of Kansas, and continuing my series of reviewing all the Alien and Predator movies. We are now to the Alien versus Predator. So we had we had four Alien movies I think I've reviewed. We've had two Predator movies. Now we're combining the two. This is the first one where we get the aliens and the predators in the same movie, in the same universe. And I remember when this movie came out, it was definitely very hyped. I think, by people that are fans, I suppose, of the series. Um, I This is my thought. Well, I don't know where the origin came from. My guess is probably like comic books or something like that. There's probably like it was like an Alien versus Predator comic books or something like that. I remember there was a video game back in the day. Might have been like Super Nintendo, maybe. I don't know if Nintendo 64, maybe. There was the Alien versus Predator video game. That's the first time I really heard that this idea of combining the predator and the alien in one, universe. Which is, I never played the game. I remember it looked kind of interesting because you can be an alien, you can be a predator, I think, or you can be a human being or something like that. Anyway, so I don't know how that game went, but and someone can, if someone remembers, they can tell me if I'm correct on that. But anyways, so yeah, that's the first time I ever heard the idea of aliens and predators being the same movie. We do get a glimpse of a predator skull an alien skull, a xenomorph skull in Predator 2. Danny Glover at the end, he goes into like kind of a predator spaceship kind of thing, and we see like trophy heads that predators, they hunt and then they collect heads, decapitated heads as trophies. And we do see a decapitated head of a xenomorph in there, and that was kind of like a little Easter egg. I don't know that they thought that they'd ever do an Alien vs Predator movie at the time. That was a while ago, but yeah. So this is definitely one I think fans were like kind of hyped up to see. Oh my gosh, we got the xenomorph aliens and the predator aliens in one movie, and we got human beings in between getting killed by both, trying to survive anyways. And how do you do a movie where you have two villainous aliens, predator aliens, xenomorph aliens? Um, I think they did the right thing, and that is you kind of have to make the predator aliens the good guys in a sense, or at least not as evil as the xenomorph aliens. The xenomorph aliens feels like there's no, you can't really negotiate with them. You can't really communicate with them. It seems like they don't seem like they really have a sophisticated society. The whole society is that they impregnate human beings with the face huggers. They explode out of their stomach, and then they turn into those xenomorph aliens. And then the queen keeps making eggs, which is the face huggers. And so they just kind of populate by pregnating and then turning into the xenomorphs, and that's how they kind of overrun the place, like an insect or something. And all they do, I guess, is just kill, and I'm not sure what their motives are. Predators seem like more of a sophisticated society. They have spaceships and different kinds of weapons and armor, and there's almost like maybe you can negotiate with a predator and if you knew how to. They don't seem as evil. So, but yeah, anyways, going into this movie, Alien vs. Predator, this came out in 2004. It was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, which I looked him up, and he did a lot of the Resident Evil movies and Death Race movies, and he did the original Mortal Kombat movie back in 1995, which I saw in theater back in 95, 30 years ago. I saw that movie in theaters, and that was like his first big movie that he did that got him on the map. Besides that, his other movies have been not, I haven't seen most of them, but it doesn't seem like he has this great track record necessarily, but he does a mixture of horror and action, I guess. So this fit his style in a sense. Um, and all that. Anyways, there's really no stars here. Lance Hendrickson is comes back as a different character, and he was in two other Alien movies. I believe three Alien movies. He kind of shows up, maybe. Yeah, so it's an interesting and familiar face there. But besides that, some of the actors I've seen in other places, but they're not, very well known. Which I thought was interesting. The overall plot, I actually kind of enjoyed the idea of this archaeological, group going down in like I don't know somewhere very cold and like going down under and finding like this um what do you want to call it? I don't know. Find these tunnels and this almost like there's like almost like a pyramid underground or something like that. Anyways, and so they find out this is like a place where predators come, and there's like an alien queen, and there's face huggers, and they get human beings down there to get impregnated, and then the xenomorphs bust out, and then the predator aliens kill and hunt them. It's like something, each predator has to do, like a ritual that they do anyways in this kind of temple like area. So I like the whole idea of the area, and like it keeps moving and shifting, which makes it even scarier. Or yeah, you're in more danger. So the whole set, I really enjoyed the where they had the whole thing set, and we got a lot of human beings, so we got a lot of people that can get killed, which that's what they're for. And we got one main girl who's kind of the main character, who's kind of more expert at everything. And so we kind of follow her as she survives this alien predator. And a predator shows up, and the alien predator starts fighting. And that's, to me, the best part of the movie. That's why you watch the movie. You want to see predators and aliens fighting. And I thought that was really cool. I thought the action scenes were pretty good. The predator alien one, there's one where an alien gets on actually gets the win by his little mouth thing, like going through his skull. That was overall like a really cool fight scene, I thought, between the two. There's also a scene where the face huggers are coming at one predator, and he's throwing his little round, like, sharp thing, and it's splitting them in half. Like, I thought that was very cool. Like, I like some of those sequences and how those played out. And that was, to me, like the highlight of the movie, is watching that and enjoying all those. Again, I'm more of an action guy and not a horror guy, so I like this movie probably more than most. I saw it got really bad reviews, and I'm sure most who love the series would probably not like this movie because it takes away the horror aspect, and it's more action, and they think aliens is like that's supposed to be more horror. I disagree. I love the action, so this is actually one of my favorite movies out of the series so far that I've seen, which is probably blasphemous to most people, but I don't know. I actually kind of enjoy the action sequences overall. There's one scene I really liked. I thought was actually really well done. There's one guy, kind of nerdy guy, that you followed through the movie, and they get captured by the aliens, and they get kind of plastered against the wall where they can't really move anyways. And we see this, egg with a face hugger coming out, and you know what's going to happen. The face hugger is going to come on his face, and I said that wrong, but you know what I mean. Impregnates him, and so oh no, this is bad. And you see the thing open up, and oh God, and he knows something bad's gonna happen. Well, there's a gun like pretty close to him, and he's trying to reach the gun. So it's this really cool, thrilling moment of like, can he get to the gun and shoot the alien before it gets to his face? Anyways, where it's, game over once it gets to your face. Really cool. He gets the gun, shoots the thing, and he's like, oh my gosh, he's so excited. He survived. He shot this face hugger alien thing coming at him. And then we get a kind of a draw. We draw back a wide shot, and we see that there's actually like 100 eggs in there. And so he thought he won because he killed one, but then we see all these other eggs hatch up, and we see this, tread on his face, like, oh God, there's no way I'm gonna be able to shoot all these aliens. That was a really cool shot, really cool scene, and kind of funny how they played that out. Probably one of my favorite, ideas in the movie that they did here. But in the end, I like how the girl kind of, there's one alien predator that kind of is the survivor of the predators. There's like three of them. And the one girl who survives, they kind of team up because she helps him defeat like an alien, a xenomorph alien. And so I like how they kind of actually team up. I thought that was kind of a cool idea. Like I said, a predator can, work together as a team and all this. And then they have to fight the queen alien anyways, together anyway. So I thought that was cool overall. I like the queen alien like I did in Aliens, the second movie. Overall, all the aliens too were good designs, and it's the best use of CGI I've seen so far. Like the last two Alien movies, Aliens 3 and Aliens 4, the CGI looks so terrible. It really ruined kind of a lot of the movie and took me out of it. This, actually, the aliens running around, the CGI, it looked good. It looked real. It didn't take me out of the movie. So bravo to them finally figuring out how to do CGI well. Of course, 2004, we're starting to get really good at CGI, and they did a good job with that. So I think that really helped. Says the aliens looked great, the Predator looked great. Yeah, I thought this was a fun action movies with this, the sci-fi element to it with these two big franchises. So for me, I enjoyed the movie. I really recommend it. Not like a big recommend. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars, so it's kind of a light recommend. But still, it was definitely one of the more enjoyable movies for me, and that's just the way I like movies anyways. So that's my review for Alien vs. Predator. One of the few recommends I'll probably have in this series anyway. So please feel free to tell me what you think. Is this a bad movie? Is it underrated? Is it overrated? Whatever you want to say, leave in the comments. I'd love to read them. Besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for liking it. Thank you to all my subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate you all and hope you have a good day.